we're now moving into the mighty small block modifieds as they make their way onto the track, and we got a gang of those here tonight. 3 big heats. And there's going to be some disappointed boys who aren't going to make the feature. And here you're going to see the difference between the older type cars, the old coupes, some of the Olsen style cars, and some of the new lower style Troyer cars. Starting on pole position with the luck of the draw tonight, the number 41, a gentleman who has also been out of racing for many, many years. He comes from up here over the mountain in Summit Hill. Jumpin' Joe Breslin from Summit Hill making his comeback. Outside of row 1 in car number 39, Denny Rook from here in Lehighton. In row 2 on the inside from Palmerton, Bill Teal. Number 16 is one of those new low cars. Outside of row 2, we will have the number 7 of Don Bigley from Allentown. In row 3, from Emmaus, car number 89 will be Earl Keinert. There you can see the number 16 of Bill Teal, that new low-slung job alongside the number 7 of Bigley out there, the older type car. In row 3, we will have the car number 27 from Old Zionsville, Pennsylvania, Don Wida. From Walnutport, in car number 41, starting in the 7th position, Bub Chrisman. Outside of row 4, in car number 71, from Bath, Pennsylvania, Lauren Arthofer. And in the last row of automobiles on the inside, from Jim Thorpe, PA, car number 37, Grant Andrews. And starting in last position, the 00, George Wheeler, old 00 Joe in the 00. These will be 10 laps.
That was a good shot we had there before when you pointed out the difference in the cars. Probably the transition between those old coupes and the new modern ones was that gremlin. There was a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new, and now they're sliding from the gremlin into that low-slung, sleek Sportsman model.
Okay. The green goes down as Joe Breslin crossed the line first, but we have the number 39 of Denny Rook taking over the lead as Breslin has trouble on the backstretch, and we got cars all over the place momentarily.
You can see
everybody moving. Here we got Keinert in the 89 spinning on turn 4. There's the real old coupe, the old style coupe, the 36 Chevy coupe.
That's
chopped and
right
channeled,
there.
narrowed down.
Right. Breslin was having problems. It seemed like he couldn't really get up to power. I don't know if it was just loading up on him or if
it loaded up and it died on the start. He made a good jump, but all of a sudden it died.
And what you saw when some of the cars from the back tried to get around, you saw one of the things that makes this division so exciting. These cars have rub rails, but they are open wheeled. And when one wheel goes over top of another wheel, these cars go in one direction, up.
Right. I think Mr. Keinert in the 89, the car that spun here in the 4th turn, I think he lost a radiator hose or something because he has a lot of water and a big puddle where he was sitting here on the track. He's on the infield now. It must be water because the track crew is just running the field through it. If it would be oil, they'd bring the garden tractor out again with the spreader. So it'll take a lap or two till we can get this moisture on the track dried up, as the track crew will run the field through it.
A reminder that this evening's race is being sponsored in part by Maggie's Kitchen, located on Route 443 in South Tamaqua. Freshly prepared breakfast served all day long, plus great lunches and dinners too. Maggie's Kitchen, open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit Maggie every Thursday and Friday in the kitchen at the Mahoning Valley Farmers Market, right behind us here at the Mahoning Valley Speedway.
Okay, on our restart with Breslin retiring to the infield with some mechanical problems, that'll put Denny Rook in the number 39 on the pole for the restart. And Bill Teal in that new low number 16 will be on the outside of row 1. Row 2 will have the 7 of Don Bigley, the 27 of Don Wida. The next row will be the 41 of Bub Chrisman, the 71 of Lauren Arthofer, and the last row will be Grant Andrews in the 37, George Wheeler in the 00. Mr. Keinert in the 89, Earl Keinert Jr., he went out via mechanical problems too, or a broken radiator hose or something. He is also on the infield, so our field is reduced to 8 cars. And the moisture is just about dried up here on the inside of turn 4. As we see Fuzzy down there overseeing the track maintenance work. And when the track steward up there in turn 4 gives him the high sign, he'll climb back up on his perch.
Has Fuzzy been eating over the holidays, or are they his boxing gloves he has under his coat?
He hasn't only been eating. long, cold winter.
And you see the cars come through, try to dry that corner up. We're waiting to get started with the first Sportsman heat of the evening. And there he is. I was waiting for that shot there. That's Ward Crozier there in the black jacket. He's the boss. He's the guy who put it all together. And there's only one boss higher than Ward, and that's Dottie.
Right. Yeah. You better believe it. He knows it too.
Pretty well dried out. It might take a couple of more laps. Fuzzy's still on the track. Let's take this time out. We'll be right back in a moment with more racing from the Mahoning Valley Speedway.
Let's go out tonight.
No way, car problem.
Car problems? No problem with Palmerton Auto Parts. Had your oil filter changed lately?
Well, no, but...
Gas filter, air filter?
No, I...
Great selection of Hastings filters at Palmerton Auto Parts.
Come to think of it, my exhaust system's been acting up.
AP exhaust.
Clutch is touchy.
Borg-Warner clutches.
Brakes slipping.
Ray Bestis brakes.
Hoses are getting old.
Gates, belts, and hoses. Checked your spark plugs.
I know, AC, Champion. Looks like I could use a paint job, too.
Don't worry, they have a complete line of PPG automotive finishes. So where are we going, hon?
Palmerton Auto Parts, 406 Delaware Avenue in Palmerton.
Okay, the track is clear, dried up. We're ready to resume with the restart of the first small block modified heat here at the Mahoning Speedway. And it is Denny Rook on the pole in car 39 with Bill Teal on the outside in that new low-slung automobile. Off turn 4 they come. The green is in the air, and away they go into turn 1. Denny Rook again powers his way into the lead. This time Steele stays right alongside him. And Bub Crispin coming out of nowhere in that 41 on the outside. Keep your eye on that car.
Teal and Crispin take off with it.
Grant Andrews coming from the back of the pack moves into third.
You're watching Teal up front in 16, followed by Bub Crispin in 41.
Bub Crispin is one of the nicest guys you can meet as far as a race car driver. Everybody figures it to be rough and tough guys, but he's as gentle as a little kitten.
I'll tell you what, you walk through the pits, you're going to find a lot of people like that. This is a great place to be.
Bub Crispin just looking for that hole. He almost had it going into number 1 last lap. Here he comes again underneath in turn 4. But Teal closes the door on him.
There they are, bumper to bumper. And this is just the heat, remember. If you think they're racing hard now, stay tuned for the feature coming up in a little while.
One little slip by Mr. Teal, and he is gone into second as they take the halfway sign. Crispin getting ever closer. Now he goes to the outside.
There you see it again. The highway. As we saw the rest of the pack come through, it's Teal, but Crispin's putting his challenge up right now on the high side.
He's not losing any ground by hanging out there, but Lauren Arthofer in the 71 is now closing in third behind him.
Arthofer is coming up underneath. Now he's going to make Crispin go high.
Crispin got himself hung up out there, and Lauren Hofer got up by him. Now Crispin coming back again on the outside, but he's now back relegated to third place.
There you see
2 to go.
The signal for 2 laps left to go, and Arthofer gets underneath Teal. What a move.
No, he's not afraid to put a couple wheels on the infield to get around a guy in that first turn.
That was a really great move by Arthofer. He looks like he's in mid-season form out there.
Right.
Now Arthofer coming up on slower traffic, but it's time for the checkered flag anyway, so it won't make much of a difference. And Arthofer comes from out of nowhere almost, just hangs back on the inside, waits for Teal to make a little mistake, and just blew past Teal and Bub Crispin. Nice race.
Okay, the first heat of small blocks in the record books now. Wait till you see what's coming out here in this next event. Paulie Bauscher, the flying farmer from Kutztown. Now, what a radically designed automobile you're going to see with that number 91. But here's how they're going to line up for the second heat. Starting on the pole position from Lehighton will be car number